This is really cool. I love that it cycles through what happened recently in the game. That's cool. That's really interesting and also thematic because of the whole memories thing. This game seems to be essentially about regaining lost memories. So yeah, as we saw there last time, we met Iris, and unfortunately Ota. And let's just not talk about him, eh? I honestly feel bad for the man, but he really needs to fix some things. Some pathetic patterns about himself. It's just like, who's the most cringe-ass otaku we could possibly make, and they made him? I feel like that's the question they would have had to ask themselves to make this man. And then we met Iris, and then there was some pretty close bonding moments between them, and you could interpret that as romantic, but Uchikoshi's already fooled me once in that way. With Phi and Sigma, which you would know if you watch my VLR and ZTD playthroughs. Hi, NPC. Also, I apologize for the relative shortness of that episode, so there wasn't like a whole lot of progress in there, but it was just an awkward leftover from like 3+ hours that I ended up playing to start with because it really sucked me in, and I just wanted to see where the hell this was going because I didn't quite remember, even though I remembered details and snippets here and there. But yeah, so there's that. So we met Iris. She forced him to take her with him, because I guess she wants to know the details of the crime, but I have this feeling that there is something other than fame driving this, and like wanting to know and butt in, and I guess exert her power when she can in her like conniving ways that she clearly has. Jesus Christ. But again, there's a lot of sexual and like romantic connotations here that I'm not fond of, but it's clearly just playful on her part, and also I have a feeling she's just literally Date's daughter. Because that felt like a very father-daughter interaction that he remembered snippets of earlier when he was like playing patty cake with her. Now, I'm kind of confused by those memories because of the fact that Aiba doesn't say a word about them, Date completely brushes them off. Like, what does that mean if no one's addressing them, but they're clear and I think Aiba can notice them too? What does that mean? And, like, again, what does it mean about their relationship? But again, the way they're glossed over by both Date and Aiba is weird to me. I don't think he was expecting to remember stuff like that, and he's just pushing it all away like it's not important, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Again, Aiba's not addressing it at all either, but I think that's because she knows that he's gonna remember this stuff fully, and that, I don't know. And maybe she even knows the whole context of everything. But again, I think that Aiba was put in him for some kind of purpose that he has not been told about. For whatever the fuck reason. Which has to do with whatever the fuck happened to him 6 years ago. And how it relates to that case 6 years ago, because there's no way it doesn't. Otherwise, Boss and like everyone else wouldn't be so sus about it. And again, I think both of these two knew him. Or, again, like, I don't know, someone whose memories are in his brain somehow, like I've already theorized. Like, the only reason I'm saying something like that, maybe somehow his brain was transplanted into a different body, but, like, he knew these two. I think he might have even been her husband. But I'm just going off of this idea that it makes sense that if he's her father, but assuming father-daughter stuff is probably just like a heavy-handed thing that I want to do because of ZTD. And I feel like Uchikoshi is the kind of writer that would try to take his fans' expectations based on past stuff into consideration, because I think he already played with our expectations a lot by doing that throughout Zero Escape, so I'm not gonna completely believe the father-daughter thing right now, but it's obvious he has a connection to all these people, and that in Iris and Hitomi's case here, they both seem to not really remember him, but, like, they should. I think the simplest answer is their memories were all repressed, not just his. On purpose by Abyss. That's what I'm going with right now. Again, this kind of stuff is probably not all supposed to make any sense until the end. That's how Uchikoshi works, or at least close to the end. Or at least, like, I don't know, starting 2/3 through the game, and then slowly, at about that point, things trickle in that make sense and piece together. That's generally how these games work, I've found. Either way, Hitomi's gorgeous, so let's talk to her first. And yes, older women, give me older women, so that I don't feel like a pedophile anymore, because last episode definitely made me do that. Again, I think it's kind of a Phi and Sigma situation where ultimately their relationship is not meant to be romantic, but it like kind of ended up going that way. And she's teasing him in that way, which is a bit weird, but if she doesn't know she's his daughter, then that's fair. About Renju? Why? Oh, yeah, why would she? Well, I mean, the answer to this is probably just gonna be, don't ask a lady's age, but I don't know. Either way, let's start questioning these two. Before I move on, though, I did want to apologize if you cared at all, just in case you did, anyone watching, for the relatively short compared to most of my LP episodes length of the last episode, so that there wasn't really a lot of progress that went on in that one. The reason for that was because I ended up playing about 3 hours to start with because the game really sucked me in, and I didn't really feel like there was a really good stopping point, because what I've started to realize is that at the end of each of these interactions, and then you move on to talking to someone, you move on to another location after that, those would all be good stopping points, which is why I cut it at boss. That's how I'm gonna treat it, because I've realized there's a lot more in between, like, cases thing here than I was expecting. I'm still kind of expecting a structure like Zero Escape from this game, but it makes a whole lot of sense that it doesn't have anything like that. It seems like the gameplay is less of the bulk of the game. I mean, obviously there are going to be sections of gameplay and then sections of VN still, but at least so far, they're really taking time to, like, ramp up the story. The Somnium sections are obviously supposed to be sort of like the escape rooms from Zero Escape, but basically I have not gotten to one as quickly as, even close to as quickly as I thought. But maybe that will generally change, but who knows how much in between the end there will be. By the way, I cannot get over how much better this game looks than especially like VLR and ZTD. And also, I'm soaking up the fact that I can just sit here and talk like this, and the atmosphere is different. I've said all this before. By the way, the tea looks nice. I would like some of that. I'm actually steeping some tea in real life right now. Wow. Let's just question these two before I sit here and ramble for much longer. I really do want to get back into figuring out what the fuck is going on and advancing the story, because especially what's going on with her is very... especially because she seems to have either died in some way and was brought back, or almost died. It looks like she was dead, though. And then obviously was brought back or everything. Or, like, that's some sort of, like, premonition that he has in his brain somehow, or... I don't know what the fuck is going on. Or this is all a simulation, because I've noticed Uchikoshi likes to do that. He did it twice, basically. Or he did it once, and Uchikoshi did basically do that with the one. Or like this is all a simulation or something, but that doesn't really make sense. Either way, about Renju, because obviously she seems to have some kind of connection with him, I think. Because wasn't she the one that set Iris up with him? Or something? I forget.
By the way...
Oh yeah, friends.
I heard that you were friends with the president of Rennescape, Mr. Okiura.
Speaking of Renju, the fact that he's connected in some way to Renju, the victim, who happens to also be his ex-wife, which puts some suspicion on him, right? So I don't think he did it either right now. We'll see. He also has connections to her very clearly, Iris and her mother. Because why else would they be in his fucking dreams? He has connection with Mizuki. He has a connection with everyone involved, even marginally in this case, and a bunch of people that aren't. That he ended up investigating. It's very interesting and weird and very coinky-dinky. I'm really wondering what all this is about. It obviously ties into the greater mystery of the game, which we're gonna slowly reveal, I guess, through his memories. Or someone's memories. Or just investigating these other cases, which obviously relate to the one 6 years ago. Is this all gonna be about the one 6 years ago? I don't know. And I have a feeling she really is going to die. We might be able to prevent it, but I think she's not lying when she says she's gonna die.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Eitoku High.
You know it?
I know it.
I love her. That is how AIs work. Especially the ones that are really being worked on now, actively. Let's ask about
Yes,
Shoko.
I do.
God, I really wish I met her, because I'm a masochist, and I'll just say that. Oh yeah, because she doesn't know she was the victim yet. Does Iris even know? I'm not sure. Where do you work?
I'm a teacher at the local elementary school.
The teacher. Must be a tough job.
Oh, not for me.
Wah.
I love children.
Wah.
Even the struggles and challenges are quite rewarding for me.
And I would say that's the key to finding a job. Do not just settle with whatever gets you money that you can find. Although, of course, it's easier said than done in a lot of people's situations. But I'm blessed that I still can and want to be supported by my parents while I try to figure out how to make a living with my passions and stuff. And, you know, just the things that I want to help in the world in some way through my passions. So, among other things, I'm working on this YouTube thing, obviously. But yeah, I love that. I love that she likes being a teacher. I'm sure that's not an uncommon thing. I mean, especially because I feel like the kinds of stresses involved with dealing with children all day. Or teenagers, you know. Think back to when you were a teenager. Most of us are probably like, yeah, I was an asshole when I was a teenager. That's just kind of how that goes. Anyway, she always looks chipper. Why would you say that? I think she puts on a chipper facade 99% of the time, unfortunately. Because that's an idol thing, unfortunately. It's not even an idol thing. It seems to be a Japanese woman thing, unfortunately. Like, they're expected to do that, seemingly. Just from what I'm aware of. How long have you been living here?
Since I was born.
Nah.
And Mom was living here before that.
I don't know why that was funny to me. That makes sense. Like, I also lived in my parents' house since I was born. And I still do. But, you know. At almost 30, but, you know. I don't even think it's a bad thing. Like, I would rather be here than struggling with just any job out on my own. Anyway.
I grew up in this house.
Of course, if I start making money, I'd like to move out, but I don't want to rush on that like most people, because I just think that there's just superficial shit most people feel like they have to focus on. And if it can be avoided, I'm not going to put myself in that position like most people seem to have already done by my age. So that's one of the main reasons I remain stubborn like this, and a lot of people around me are going, oh my god, you're naive. But I think they're naive, in a way, because they don't see the detriments of what you're supposed to do. And I do, so I'm not doing it.
I've made a lot of memories here. I've thought about moving before, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place.
Why were you considering moving?
Well, because there was... Well, I don't know.
Does she just not want to say for personal reasons that don't relate to him? Or is it something that does relate to him that she's keeping tight-lipped because she was told, or is for some reason voluntarily acting like she never knew him alongside maybe Iris and who knows who else? That's sus. I might end up naming this episode Everyone's Sus 2. Everyone's even susser or something, because, like, there's a reason I named the last episode that. It's because she already was acted. It's because she was acted pretty sus about his past, and so was Aiba, and so was Boss, and so was her already, kind of, and so yeah, it's just everything and everyone was sus. It was just... And it continues to happen. Also, this is definitely the fucking house from the fucking dream, so that's even susser. I'm pretty damn sure it is, as I've already mentioned. Tai. Steam is rising from the tea. It looks very relaxing. Again, I'm soaking up the relaxing vibe this game surprisingly has, because if you think about it, Zero Escape must be designed to be kind of anxiety-inducing in general. The music is really never like this. It's never calming like this. It's either sad or anxiety-inducing, because that's just how those games work. This game actually has calm moments in between. I mean, Zero Escape kind of does, but it's like a thriller story, you know? This is a detective story which has actual valleys. So that makes sense. You were saying?
Mr. Date, please drink your tea. It's getting cold.
Oh, right.
We haven't even touched our cups.
Apologies for all the computer noise going on. I hope that fixed it, because sometimes I wanted to make sure my headphones headphones were being charged, but sometimes my computer doesn't want to really accept them, and also there's some other thing. Oh yeah, my phone is also disconnecting and reconnecting, so I apologize for all that computer noise. I'll just deal with that stuff later then. I just unplugged it all so that that won't be happening anymore. I do love how slice of lifey this is.
Are you left-handed?
It feels a degree of slice of lifey that I don't quite remember from like Ace Attorney and stuff, which I did watch the entirety of on Nico B's channel, the original trilogy.
Oh,
Mom used to be right-handed,
Interesting.
but now...
Huh. That's so interesting. What the fuck? Wait.
it locked up on me.
Huh.
Ah, I see.
Man, okay. The way that they're skirting around certain things is real sus. It just keeps happening with all sorts of shit. So, my brain goes, okay, what if she was really on the brink of death? And the thing that happened a few months ago was when he, what he remembered when he saw her all bloody. And she had to get some kind of surgery that ended up, brain surgery, because I think I remember there was actual, head wounds on her. That maybe ended up making her left-handed? Or, just the nature of the injuries that she got to her other arm. Yeah, I can see now. Her arm is, her arm did lock up on her. It's paralyzed now, it seems like. Yeah, you can see from, the kind of unnatural way it's sitting on her lap. I think it's literally paralyzed. So that would explain that. I guess I have to ask one of these. If I don't have to ask that, I won't. Some of the things you need to ask to continue were things that I wouldn't ask because they would be dumb to me to ask. It's happened a lot, but oh well. Already, but oh well.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about a hunch I had this morning.
Well, also, like I said already, you're always chipper, so that's the main reason I didn't think that that was worth asking, but I guess it must be either that or I'm supposed to ask her age, which, again, I think is even weirder, especially because the whole, oh, don't ask a lady her weight thing already came up, so, there's no way that's not going to be the response to that. If it is, I would be very amazed.
A hunch?
There are flowers blooming behind me, right?
There are, yeah? What about them?
That's, huh. And yeah, see, iris. Wait, irises were the types of flowers that were in this room before, right? Yeah, I think so. And so, that was another hint about whatever the hell his connection is to her. I think the heartbeat thing is, this is his family. That's why I think hearing her name and everything, whether it's actually Date, maybe they're just pretending not to know him when they do. Because for some reason, they're trusting Abyss to maybe fix him somehow? I don't know, man. And so, they were told not to act like they're his family for a while? But I'm thinking all the heartbeat stuff has to do with her being his daughter and her being his wife. That's my first thought. That would make the most sense to me. Because, I feel like that's supposed to show that he has an emotional connection to these women, but it might also mean that he was going to kill them, but that makes less sense to me. I still am leaning on the possibility that he may be the killer, but less and less the more that I get through all this sus shit. Especially because, again, his left eye was taken just like Shoko's, so I think the most plausible thing, or the thing you're maybe supposed to lean towards the most, is that he was one of the victims. And maybe he had to just be saved, and he just ended up getting holy amnesia Batman from that, and Abyss is maybe trying to fix him, and they think that maybe they need to not trigger things too early just to be safe or something, but that seems like a rather boring mystery for this game to have, so I think it's more than that, but we'll see. About those flowers. And also Iris's eyes. There's that theming again. Iris was hinting about the flowers blooming behind her. Yeah, again, this was the room from the thing. And if they're his memories, then, why would this not be his house? He obviously was pushed away from his family if these two are his family. Guess I'd have to, don't I? Oh, these.
The flowers.
I thought they were... She literally meant
Iris.
behind her head. Because that's also... There was a flower pot, like, right there, next to the door in the dream, right? So that's where my brain leapt to the point where I didn't even look over to the right enough to realize those were there, because they were pretty far in the background, to be fair.
An iris. I thought those bloom in May.
That's the winter iris. Iris ungicularis. They bloom in the cold.
Yeah, again, winter irises, so... Definitely the place from the dream, but, like... What does it all mean?
They bloomed just this morning.
I see.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Aw. But what? What's the good thing that happened? You seem to be doing well now.
Yeah, thanks to you. I feel as tough as a lion. Rawr!
Cute.
How am I supposed to react to that?
Don't think about it. You'll only hurt yourself.
I think that honestly, in relation to her behavior, that's just a general good rule to have. Because she's obviously quirky, because, you know, that sells records and shit. May I ask how old you are? Records and figures, at least.
I'm 37.
Probably other things. Like subs on her channel on not Twitch.
And Miss Iris here
Oh,
is
wow.
18?
Okay, think please! Please? Please don't be younger than that, because that'd be creepy for a lot of reasons right
Yep.
now. Thank God.
You were
Please
very young
actually
when
be
you had
that
it.
age.
Yes, just 19 years old.
What about your husband?
Yeah, see, my predominant theory is that he's her husband in this reaction. But, well, we'll see what she's about to say, if anything.
I don't have one.
Divorce?
Mr. Date, please.
It's all right, Iris. I've never been married.
A single mother.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it wasn't him. But then again, what is his connection to her? Either that, or was he just a family friend or something that ended up helping to raise her? Was he her boyfriend still? Like, he could have still had that kind of connection with her, just not husbandy. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's unfortunately more of a common story than you would hope. Well, you can leave. About the flowers. Okay, yeah, the irises. Which, you know, she must have been named after, I guess. I guess because Hitomi's always liked them, which is why she always seems to have them, probably, which is why she named her that. I would guess, anyway. Unless she's really not her mother. Why would... I don't know why I jumped to that, her just not being her mom, but for some reason I wouldn't put that past this game. Alright, so yeah, it really just looks like we have exhausted the dialogue trees right now.
Well,
But this is
I
all
think it's time for
sus
me to be
interaction.
heading home.
Okay. I feel a little bad about leaving last time, especially because it would have made for a longer episode 2. Because of how short this is, this interaction here. But again, it was 3+ hours. I went longer than I thought I would, and I did not want to make it 3 hours long. I think I tried to mention this twice earlier in the episode, but I'm kind of sleep deprived recently. I think that's kind of why I keep messing up in these kinds of ways. But I did not want the episode to be 3 hours long. I feel like that's a lot of content, so that's only really something you should do for finales, like I did for the ZTD finale. 2.5 hours is like my limit, basically. So I cut that in kind of a weird place, because I had, you know, Aiba and Boss, and then Ota and Iris, and it felt like a nice balance of character introductions, I guess. So that's why I felt it was okay to have that weird, just like 1 hour episode, when normally they're at least an hour and something, like 20, 30 something. Usually my Let's Play episodes. But also, I don't really know how this game's structure is yet, because I haven't really played enough of it to really get a sense of what the overall structure really is. So we'll see what the episodes are going to be like. But yeah, I apologize for just... I don't know, I just feel weird about doing it that way, but I explained why. I went on longer than I thought I would. I was very tired. I probably would have not been very entertaining if I did this room in that state. I stood and headed for the door. Iris and Nastomi stood politely.
Mr. Date, we'll see each other again, right?
You sure you want that? I'm a cop after all. If you ever see me again, it probably won't be under the best of circumstances.
Oh.
But because you're Mizuki's friend, yeah, we might see each other again. She is kind of like my roommate after all.
What?
Anyway, nice seeing you.
What? Well, now you know. Ah, handshake. Yeah, she... Oh, that's right, because her arm doesn't work.
I should head home.
All right. Take care, Date.
She's really pretty. I cannot get over how beautiful the faces in this game look. I think the reason is because, like, it's not like they're the most amazing models I've ever seen in a video game, but they're great. And I'm just used to ZTD models looking so weird that I can't find them particularly ultra attractive. At least in the face. But, like, these ones definitely.
Date, let's go over the facts of the case.
Good idea.
Also, I've made my camera smaller and moved it to the top right because I realized that it was covering up a lot of UI constantly over here, and I felt bad about that. So now it's up here, and also, yeah, it did not need to be as big as it was before. So I'm more happy with what I've got now. But if you want it bigger, at least let me know. Also, I'm gonna try to mostly just focus on my head because what's important is facial expressions, I would imagine, right? Generally, so. And watching me drink coffee constantly because I have a caffeine problem. If you're into that for some reason. I find myself amused by how much I'm constantly drinking in my videos. I don't realize how much caffeine I drink until I edit my videos. Anyway, I find myself amused by that, so I kind of get a kick out of seeing how many times I stop for Simps. I'm an absolute fiend. Speaking of which, literally, I just did it without thinking while I was talking about it. It's that bad. Anyway, not really bad, especially because it's kind of my self-medication for ADHD. But it's a lot. Anyway, play a game? I'm wondering what that's about, but I don't think he should be playing a game while he's driving. Is he now looking in the mirror? Let's see, what is he doing?
Hey, me. Want to play a game? Sure, let's play I Spy. I spy something round. My eyeball. Correct. I win.
I will terminate you.
I love her! Wait, how can he look at him? Oh, it's because Aiba's looking at him from his lap? Where is she? The dashboard? Not quite sure. Dashboard makes the most sense, but I actually don't see her on the dashboard right now. I'm not sure where exactly she is. Maybe she's on his lap. I'm not quite sure. Allow me to introduce myself.
Hi, my name is Kaname Date. Nice to meet you. What? Date? I have the same name. What a coincidence.
I love this goofy motherfucker.
Perhaps he's had too much medication.
Don't push yourself, Date. No, I'm fine, Date.
You do not appear to be fine.
Okay, so what am I actually supposed to be doing here? I guess not looking at myself. Charging. Oh! I see now! It took me a while, but I see now. She literally goes in his steering wheel, and she charges in there. That's where she charges. I was wondering about that. That's really convenient and cool. So this, like, whole Abyss setup that he's got really goes way beyond just Aiba. He has like a special car for it and everything, or at least a special steering wheel. Aiba is fitted into the center of the wheel, and she charges there. That's neat and stuff. Okay, I see now. You've got to click on her. It took me a while to even realize she was in the wheel. By the way, is there anything else that I can poke right now? I think not in this dialogue menu, if at all. Okay, so this is how we actually go over the details of the case. Maybe I'm missing out on these details because I am, like I've said, pretty sleep-deprived, but I'm certainly not as fatigued as I was when I stopped when I did. Let's hear the timeline of events.
Aiba, can you give me a timeline of the events of the crime?
At once.
I wonder who sent that Nile message to Mizuki.
Friday yesterday, approximately 5 p.m. Shoko's TOD, time of death. Approximately, we don't know, p.m.? Between 5 and 8:10, Mizuki receives the Nile message. Unknown sender, request to come to Bloom Park. Yeah. I have a feeling the killer is the most likely, because they wanted to set her up. I think it was like, your mother's in danger, or like, I don't know, man. Approximately 8:10, Mizuki calls Oda, asking to accompany her to Bloom Park. Approximately 9 p.m., Mizuki and Oda discover Shoko's corpse. Oda leaves Mizuki, flees crime scene, because he's a fucking pussy. I don't know why Mizuki hangs out with him at all. Approximately 9:05 p.m., Oda reports crime via payphone. 30 p.m., first responders arrive on scene, discover Shoko's corpse. 10:50, Date arrives. Okay. Either that or they threatened her. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Iba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Nile message?
Nile's security protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher.
It's amazing that she can do that, and is that legal? I guess because they must be a government organization, because they're police. It must be. Yeah, at least for purposes of doing this. Investigating crimes. He really is functionally a detective, but it's interesting that he makes the distinction that he's not really. He's a brain detective is what he is. But I just find it weird that he's so adamant about, I'm not a detective. Because yeah, I mean, that's a different branch, I get it, but he's basically a detective in function of his job. Like, if I were him, I would literally just accept everyone's assumption that I'm a detective and not bring attention to my unit that way. Like, that seems like the answer for that whole dilemma. But, oh well, about her corpse.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m. The cause of death is blood loss from multiple stab wounds to the torso. The weapon used to commit the murder is almost certainly the ice pick Mizuki was holding when we discovered her. There were no fingerprints, hair, or other clues left behind by the culprit.
I guess there's always going to be a section like this at the, like, towards the end of, like, the investigatey section, before we get into, I guess, the brain dive section, which I think is into Mizuki. Here, I think I remember it being. Wait, I already just did that.
Rather, it appears
Our perp wants the limelight.
Whoops. I didn't mean to skip those. I thought those were all different. I thought those weren't different, but they were. Hold on, let me read. No fingerprints, hair, or other clues. Corpse is found tied up on one of the horses of the merry-go-round. Oh, hold on, I could just have her repeat that.
The corpse was found tied up on one of the horses of the merry-go-round. This makes it clear that the killer had no intention of hiding their crime. Rather, it appears as though it was displayed deliberately.
Our perp wants the limelight.
Or is attempting to send some kind of message.
To Abyss? If they're the same perp, you know? You know who wants the limelight, though? Iris. And acting like you're curious about it is one way to avoid suspicion, but that seems like a stretch and a half.
The corpse was found with her left eye removed. That eyeball has yet to be found. According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
So how did the eye disappear? Because Mizuki didn't have it. Thankfully, because I would not have liked to have seen that. Don't think it's that simple. About the bloodstains.
When we arrived on the scene, there was no blood on the horse the body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene. Shoko was killed somewhere else, and then brought there to be displayed. That means Mizuki couldn't have done it. She's 12. She can't move a body or drive a car.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job, if there's even the slightest possibility.
Then this is good news. It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
I knew that from the start. She would never put her hands on her own mother.
Yeah, I didn't.
She doesn't have what it takes to commit murder.
But the way he said that makes me think that she did have some turbulence with her mother, which, well, would explain why she's living with some third-party person rather than her father or mother. So she must be estranged from both of them, the poor girl. So that makes sense, as to maybe she would kind of have motive. Especially because Shoko seemed to have not been a good person at all. Her profile said she was good at lying and cheating. So, like, why was Mizuki inside the column?
Perhaps she was playing hide and seek.
Hide and seek?
It was not a serious suggestion.
I love how these conversations flow. It just feels very natural, and it's really fun to just keep advancing and hearing all this. And also, voice acting is really adds to everything. Especially just how much dialogue there is.
I was merely
how much voice
joking,
acting there is.
as you call it.
Anything on your mind?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I checked the surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again, and I noticed something strange.
Something strange?
There were no cars. Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was not a single vehicle.
Are you sure?
I am.
Then, how did the suspect move the corpse?
Huh. That's
I
interesting.
have no idea.
That's very interesting. I can just hear that that's on, but that she's putting on a more robotic lilt to her voice like this. But I like it. Police headquarters.
Welcome back.
Yay! I can gush over boss again.
I brought her here after her examination was over.
Mizuki. Has she said anything?
No, still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses. So I asked him about that, and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
Wait. Does poking mean what I think it means?
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Yeah, it must then. Jeez.
Same thing.
I
You know what you need to do.
just casually blackmails a man. Why does she know about those affairs? That's interesting. Probably because of some investigation into them that they did, or something. Who knows?
Sync with her.
Yeah. Very cool. Technology and setup and everything here. Oh, cool. I'm loving these camera angles. There's just a lot of really tasteful ones for these scenes. I thought this was still a cutscene for a second. So I noticed the menu over there. Again, I think I'm missing a lot of these details for a while just because my brain is sleep deprived, but I needed to continue this game now that I've caught up on editing and got some other things in life out of the way. Did you get Renju's permission?
Renju Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon. He hasn't been heard from since.
Why would he...
I don't know.
That's sus, but welcome to this game so far. Everything's sus. Especially him, honestly, because of being the ex-husband of the victim. Any progress in the investigation? No, or else why would she do this? And obviously, because she's going ahead with it even without getting permission. How's she doing?
Her vitals are stable. Her EEG is also stable.
What's an EEG
I think we can
in the
proceed.
Who now? About Iba.
Hey, Pewter? About Iba.
Nah!
Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
Unfortunately, I don't want her to be any of those things. That's why I like her, is because she's not those things. Similarly to Boss.
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
So you were listening, huh?
Sure this is okay?
She's only 12. You sure this is okay?
Oh, the machine is safe. I can guarantee that. You have nothing to worry about.
You sure you want to do this?
If we don't do it now, then when? This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides, if you dive into Mizuki's subconscious, you may be able to help her. Her aphonia is psychogenic. Physically, she's fine. Her injuries are mental. Which is understandable after seeing her mother like that.
Yep.
You may be able to heal her, Date. You just have to sync with her.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're the only one who can.
But why is that? I feel like that's relating to what they won't tell him. Him being the only one who can. Well, maybe it's because of Aiba and because he's like the test drive for like this technology. That's probably the real reason. But why is he
You're
that?
asking me
That's
that now?
probably has to do with the 6 years ago thing, whatever the hell that was.
I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress.
Yeah, I figured that.
Maybe Mizuki saw something at the scene. Maybe she went inside that merry-go-round to hide. But she isn't answering any questions. The only way to find out is to dive into her subconscious mind. Don't you agree?
Alright, well, I guess in order to do that, we have to go do it. Unless... She can't hear me from here. Okay, okay, so I guess we have to go click on the sync machine. There's an enormous machine beyond the window. This machine is known as the sync machine. Okay, so how do I start the thing? By talking to him, maybe? That's Pewter. His real name is... Amanoma? That's an interesting name. Is that even Japanese? 36 years old. He's a member of Abyss like me. He's a genius engineer that designed the sync system and other machines, like Aiba. Yep. Also invented Aiba. He's her caretaker in a way. I was watching Mizuki through the glass. Okay, how do I start this thing? Because there's a little bit... There's actually... I say a little bit. I'd say there's a good bit of vagueness about how to proceed in a lot of situations here, which I'm not liking, especially because there wasn't really a lot of that in, like, ZTD. Okay, there was vagueness about how to get to the next... Okay, so... This is, like, just chronological scenes, right? It doesn't make much sense for you to have to figure out how to proceed here, but that's still being a thing, just in a different way. Strange strings of characters and figures scroll across the monitor. Okay, how does one start this goddamn sync? Oh, okay, there's a whole ass room here. Oh, I didn't realize that for a second. Do I maybe need to go into the room? Is that maybe what I'm missing? Do I need to go that way? Probably. Okay, maybe, anyway. CRT monitor.
Look, it's the girl from that horror movie. Coming out of the well.
The Grudge.
What the hell are you talking about?
A movie reference. If we said the name, we would be sued. And of course, Uchikoshi loves those too, so of course, you know, there's one of those in there. Probably very many. Probably a good few of those. The books. They're all homoerotic, BL, manga, and gay. Pewter's gay. That's interesting. Huh. That seems to be what that's insinuating. That's cool. Hey, there's just a casual gay character in a Japanese thing. I like the progression there. Cool. Pewter's gay. That's cool. I was honestly expecting something like them to have the same, but like, you know, normal female porn, but apparently... interesting. Okay. Also, it hasn't been made light of that he's gay. Like, normally, there's a certain way they act, and also normally, that's pretty, like, characteristic and meh. And also, I don't know. Door to the sync room. Okay, then how do I go in there? What the fuck do I do to actually make this happen? I'm confused.
Searching. Classic. Alternative.
He's got
Progressive.
music?
That's rock.
Unless... I don't get it. Locker, rock, really? Locker? Is it supposed to be a, like, the Japanese pun because, like, L's sound like R's or something like that? Or R's sound like L's in Japanese? I think it's supposed to be something like that. Wow, he's reaching with some of these. But again, a lot of these are probably very hard to translate into English, so that's probably part of the awkwardness that I feel from a lot of those. At least. CRT monitor. No one crawled out of it yet. Metal shelf placed along the wall. I wonder why there's so many monitors. And I wonder why all the CRTs as well. Is he just like a fan of that stuff? Because apparently he like lives here, because apparently he's allowed to keep his freaking porn in here. How does one do this damn thing? Damn it. How does one sync? What happens if I do auto? Nothing, because there's no text happening right now.
Interesting. This kind of furniture is often used for pile drivers in professional wrestling.
Where on earth did you learn that?
Nah. Oh, there we go. I had to look around the whole room.
We are ready
I kind
to
of
begin.
don't like that. You have to investigate everything, but there we go.
Date, go to the sync room.
Got it.
There we go. I guess you had to look through the whole room, or at least
Agent Date, Mizuki is reacting.
a specific amount of them. Maybe not everything. I don't know.
Disturbance.
Specific stuff. I don't know, man. Again, how you advance exactly has been nebulous for a good part of this game already, which is weird to me. I never felt that lost in 999 unless I was figuring out how to get to the next thing, which was part of the puzzle. I don't know. It just feels like there's just vagueness where it doesn't make sense for there to be vagueness in this game. In a lot of places already. Anyway.
She may be getting nervous about the procedure.
Date, try to calm her down.
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you, but she can hear you. Try talking with her.
Sure thing, boss.
So, here's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be inside your head. I'll be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify it. With her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions directly.
I know it looks scary, but trust me, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no pain, no side effects. When this is all over, you'll go back to your regular life like this never happened. Mizuki, I've never told you this, but I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called ABYSS, Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research. There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there.
Why is that is our purpose not voiced? Although granted, I feel like that line doesn't even need to be there, because the last sentence already said what their purpose was.
People that lie, people that don't say anything.
Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense as to why this would exist.
People that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking.
Yeah, like, you know, your case in specific.
So, how do we get clues from these people? We have to get inside their heads. The truth is in their minds. Our job is to find it. Sinking is what we call diving into someone's subconscious mind. You sink deep down into their psyches, and you synchronize with their true selves. People like me are called sinkers. Sinkers enter the subject's subconscious, which is a dreamlike state we call Somnium. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers at ABYSS. I'm one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. There are... Okay, he's not like the test drive for sinking. He's one of 6, and I don't think we've met any of the others. Are they gonna come up? I'm curious about that. Because I don't think Boss is, I don't think Pewter is. Pewter just is the tech guy. Boss is the boss. I don't think we've seen hide nor hair of any of the other 5 sinkers. Are we going to? I imagine so. There's a lot of game to meet the other characters. I'm sure there's... We're gonna meet other sinkers, right? It doesn't make sense if we're the only one that we ever get to see when there's the lore of there being 5 others. I will be kinda disappointed if we just conveniently never see any of the other 5.
Hey, Mizuki. When this is all over, what should I say?
Huh. Yeah, what should I say? Do I get to type? No, I didn't think so. Oh, you get to choose. Okay. Oh, shit. Fuck. What was her favorite... Okay, hold on. Can I literally, like... Her favorite food was in here, wasn't it? Hold on. I'm gonna make sure it's her favorite food. I feel like that does something good, maybe? I don't know. Hold on. Tonkatsu, ramen, and unagi. So either of those is probably fine. Considering there's several kinds of ramen other than tonkatsu, and I know she likes unagi, let's do that. I don't even know what unagi is, but I know she likes it, so...
I remember you saying how you liked watching the eels get prepared for cooking. How they pin the head to the board and the shaft is wriggling around.
Date.
That time I honestly didn't mean it to sound dirty. Are you sure, though? No. We all know that Uchikoshi did. At least. So, you know. Oops. I should watch my mouth around Mizuki.
Date, her heart rate is steadying.
Yeah, I don't know how that did that. But anyway.
EEG is stable.
Date, get into position. Let's begin.
Oh, and Special Agent, I forgot to mention one thing. I added a new feature to the sync system.
A new feature?
You'll learn more when you're synced. It's very useful.
In other words, time for further tutorialization for the player.
Sure, got it.
Wow, technology. I do love how well thought out the technology of, like,
You ready?
these games
Okay.
is. There's a
Ready
lot of really
anytime.
interesting tech.
Remember, Date, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium
Oh
world.
boy, that's
Any
fun.
longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subject.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know. I'll find a lead and get out in under 6 minutes.
We're counting on you.
Well then, let's begin.
I have a feeling that's gonna be like. I really hate that there's a time limit on a game like this. Like, without even experiencing it, I dislike there being a time limit in an investigation game. But we'll see. Nate, I love the electricity around her and stuff. Also, her hair is different colored right now. That's interesting.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Well, if you're trying to do that, you'd have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park?
Wait, that's gotta be some reference to something, but I don't think I know what it was.
Lightning in a birdcage. Maybe this is representative of Mizuki's state of mind.
The fact that Shoko was killed here must weigh heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning and the cage and get to Mizuki.
Ah, I see. I like the idea of the symbolism here, representing what your goal is.
Move fast, or time is going to run out.
I'm aware. You've said this
Unnecessary.
about 3 times
Look
already.
around.
Look around?
This is the new feature of sync that Pewter mentioned.
Oh, you can stop. Oh, thank fucking Christ. But I guess. Well, we'll see.
You can stop time?
Only when standing still. Time is moving incredibly slowly.
Okay. So it was already visually represented in the tutorial one.
Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed, so it only appears as though time has stopped. Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
It has to do with relativity, right? Two people can experience time differently depending on space-time.
Yep. Moribuchi Koshi's fun scientific theory nerdiness.
This is similar to that. The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
This could be useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Let's get started.
Okay, thank
Somnium
God.
scan.
You just gotta be
Activate.
careful what you do to move. When you move around, you can't waste a lot of time by wandering. You've gotta, like, plan out what you do, I think. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought, but I've been warned by NPC that there's a fatal flaw with the later ones, but thankfully not this one, from what I understand. I hope it won't bother me too much. I don't think it will. We'll see. Again, I don't even know what they're talking about, so we'll see. Heal Mizuki's heart. Mizuki is mute. By healing her mental wounds, you may be able to get important info.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done
Whoa.
about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Well, that's spinning feast.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
Oh, jeez.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Iva, speaker over there. It's shaking.
Okay, so they also give you like a cutscene overview of all the interesting points
I see. It
That
must
you
be
will need
connected
to-
to the ice pick.
deal with within the 6 minutes. Okay.
What do we do here?
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
I know.
Time limit. There's a 6-minute time insomnia. Time is expended whenever Aiba is moving or performing an action. Okay. Time limit. Pay attention to the remaining time left in the upper right of the screen. Unlock all mental locks within the 360-second time limit. Oh god! It still moves very slowly. Okay.
An ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph.
10 seconds. Oh no.
Right. No one would want to see their mother like this.
Interesting. That's really...
It keeps going.
Huh.
What is this?
It's dream shit.
Something happened over there.
Ah, so now it struck that. Okay, cool. Didn't think that would do that, but I had a feeling, considering, you know, seeing an ice pick in your dead mother's eye is going to be traumatic. Of course, that's the first thing I needed to do something with. And conveniently, we were right next to it.
The pillar became a lightning rod.
It looks like we can get to the birdcage now.
Our next step must be to remove it. Date, we got a timey.
A timey?
Time induction matter in encephalon.
What?
You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of time. Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Why would you want to speed it up?
Is this another function Pewter added?
Correct.
Sounds like a dream.
Well, it is a dream.
Nah.
And because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
Got it.
Really interesting
try
how
to
much
use
he's
it
playing
when
with
I
the
can.
concept of dreams already. Timey. Timeys are items that affect time. You will sometimes obtain them when you perform an action. Timeys only affect the time taken to perform an action. You're only able to hold 3 timeys. Picking up a timey when you already hold 3 will replace one. Timeys are expended after one use, but use them as often as you can. Did I just use the timey? I'm really not quite sure what the hell using a timey is about. It seemed like it is a manual thing from what
This
was
appears
said,
to be
but
the
that seemed
microphone
to
for the speaker.
automatically happen. Oh, I see now. Make time 1/2. Okay. The option only pops up when... Okay, and good. When you're making a decision, time is actually stopped. Okay, I like that. Okay, this isn't as woof as I thought, but why time this game? Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fun voice acting with Aiba, I can tell.
Stop it!
I love her, oh my god. Okay, there are still some weird facial expressions, but it's not near as, like, exaggerated and often as VLR is to do, at least.
Stop it already!
Move birdcage, blow the birdcage away.
A mic.
Listen up, miscreant. I know you're hiding in there. Throw down your weapon and come out with your hands up.
Nothing happened.
Your parents would be very disappointed in you. You can fix this. You have so much to live for. You can't give up hope now.
You're having fun, aren't you?
Cute. Okay, that probably was useless, and then
Agent
uselesser,
Date, you've got
because
5
it was
minutes.
25 minutes. Panda
The
pieces.
panda is in awful shape.
I like how they go ahead and like sell. Now I have I have 3 timeys again. I see now, and so you have different lengths of timeys as well, which is why that when you pick up a new one, it replaces one. Okay, so getting timeys was the reason to do that stuff, I guess. I'll start using well, they said use them as often as you can. So 35 is a pretty good chunk compared to everything else we've done so far. So half is the biggest chunk we've got, though. So let's 1/5 it to start with. I'll probably
Leave it to me.
generally,
I am
at least for
quite skilled at
the
this.
time being, do it from least amount of time to most amount. Save the big ones for later. So I can't quite do that. I'm glad I used a timey there because that was a useless action. Try to kick them away, I guess. Neh.
Did the
Interesting.
merry-go-round move as well?
Is there a connection there?
Huh.
An enormous birdcage.
She couldn't quite. Yeah, there's no way she'd be able to do that.
I knew it wouldn't work.
Oh, jeez.
Agent Dante, you've got 4 minutes.
An enormous bird.
I think that's dangerous when it's spinning like that, or maybe it isn't. I'm not gonna try that. I feel like that's also not gonna work. Let's try doing this again.
The panda is in off. Ha! Did the merry-go-round move it?
Is there a connection?
Huh. So a big thing here seems to be stuff being connected. Okay, this is already a bit... Huh? Okay, why is the gate a selectable thing?
The entrance.
Tackle. Some of these options are just for fun, aren't they? Oh, I haven't been using the timies.
We'll need more than a little force. This gate is as solid as my virtue.
I don't know how solid your virtue is.
I don't think it is very solid.
The entrance.
I have a feeling it might have to do something with the fact that
Leave it to me.
Okay, yeah. A little bit more force than that.
Gate.
Okay.
Doubt it.
It hurts more than I do. That's
You have
cute.
3 minutes, Dante.
How does this change things? I have a feeling this changes a lot at once. Unless I can't even do anything else with that? It looks like I can't. I can't seem to activate it anymore. Oh, the control room itself is its own one.
The
Okay.
control room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground.
Okay.
What is your plan?
It is a control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
Just try.
Huh. Oh god. Okay, so I missed the control room door for a while. I have a feeling I will run out of time here. Because this might be a whole other section.
I didn't expect to see this inside.
I don't think you should expect anything out of dreams.
I do not see an exit either.
But there's something suspicious here.
Yeah, huh. There's a
I
lot
see
in here.
2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
Oh, hello? Oh, God. Okay, look around. Okay.
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of paper inside. Let's see.
What is it?
It looks like a picture of something.
Mizuki and... Oh, yeah, the whole family.
Picture.
A bird cage with blown up rubbers inside. There is also a deflated rubber on
Oh,
the floor.
God. They're gonna make a condom joke right now.
Could you please not call it a rubber?
Yeah.
You can say balloon.
I do not understand. It is clearly rubber.
Please.
Yep, thought so. Can she lift these smaller ones? Time will not be used? Why not? Oh, timey. Oh. Okay, for something that big? Okay. Yeah, do 20, it's 55.
This'll be easy.
Glad to hear it.
It really does look like a condom.
What? But it was so heavy.
Balloons. Oh, I blew away the cage. Oh.
Nothing happened.
Oh? What is this?
A deflated balloon.
Retry later to return to save point just after that unlock. Mental lock. But you only have 3 retries. Going back 1 lock costs 1. Going back 2 costs 2. Going back 3 costs 3. If you regain your 3 retries by selecting restart from the menu or by failing to sync. It's like your best option time is low. Yeah, I don't have that.
A deflated rubber.
I told you, please call it a balloon.
What are you getting so worked up about? Understood.
It's huge. I wish your boobs were that big.
Are you serious? Those are obscenely large for a human. Well, I suppose I am not technically human.
Oh my god.
Date, please, be quiet.
So I love this music. Well, that's something new for this series, but I'm really loving the music. Especially just like the mysterious, ethereal like stuff in this game, like the title screen and this. I did it, maybe? Yeah, blew the birdcage away.
You were able to get out?
Perhaps the balloon was the key.
I remember now, a story I heard from Mizuki a while back. One time when Mizuki was just a little girl, Shoko brought her a balloon. It was one of the nice helium ones, but the string slipped through her hand. The balloon sailed up into the sky. Shoko snapped. She scolded Mizuki for hers. Aww. Maybe that's why Mizuki put the balloons inside the birdcage. That way they could never fly away again. Aw, I guess Aiba and I made her relive the painful memory.
Alright, now that the birdcage is off, let's get Mizuki.
Do you not see the horses spinning at hurricane speeds?
If you stop time, you can go in, right?
But I cannot stop time while I'm moving.
Oh, right. Guess we gotta figure out how to stop it from spinning.
Yeah, it's hinting that the pandas are it. Somehow, but how exactly? I have a feeling that the other birdcage has something to do with the panda, maybe.
The panda is floating.
Slayer. Let's kick away. Slap down. Kicking away was what made it move.
I see it! The view from the top!
That was pointless.
Oops.
The panda is...
I already kicked away to do something else. To make it move, so...
unknown.
I guess that was a waste.
It was kind of fun, though.
Okay, that was the thing that worked before, that did something before, so
The
maybe
panda
that's
is-
why. Right, Mizuki, so you need to make the rain stop, I guess. This is very interesting, this whole thing.
Alright.
Way very high.
What is
Holy shit.
Merry-go-rounds can fly?
Date, over there.
Oh, I did it. Wow, I did it in time, I guess. I must have. Is that Iris? Wait, or is that...
Iris?
Yeah!
Why? Why is Iris...
Oh god! What the hell happened to her back?
She appears to be frozen.
What the hell is going on? What is this?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Why do you never keep quiet? Is this fun for you? Giving your mother a hard time?
No wonder she ended up living with Date instead of her.
That hurts! That hurts!
Oh
Please
no.
stop! I'm sorry!
Yeah, I kind of figured she was abusive, but to, like, have confirmation like this?
Why are you here? I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
I relate to this a little bit, because I had a high-tempered dad who wasn't this bad, but
If you weren't
my
here,
mom kind
everything
of
would be
was.
fine.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm getting Persona 5 flashbacks, Makoto and her sister, if you know, you know. Because that shit fucked me up because of how much I love Makoto paired with how much I kind of relate to that. And this,
I'm sorry!
by proxy...
Apologizing means nothing!
Oh god, my dad used to say, oh... What did he used to say? Sorry doesn't cut it. Yeah, well, sorry is all I have, Dad. I have ADHD. And that's why I do all the shit that I do. And so all I can do is say sorry. Anyway.
Say something! Don't make me into the bad guy!
You definitely are. This is literal narcissism, I think. This poor girl. I don't know why I said woman. Shoko does not deserve sympathy.
Ow! I'm sorry!
Oh, Jesus. She's literally physically
I'm
abusive.
sorry!
Oof.
It's all your fault.
Jesus, fuck you.
I wish you had never been born!
Oh, fuck you.
Mizuki's voice. The other voice is likely...
Damn. What's going on here?
Child abuse.
Aiba, look out!
What? I was about to become a pancake.
Good thing this isn't a bed and breakfast.
That frozen iris does intrigue me. But Mizuki first.
Let's get to Mizuki while the merry-go-round is stopped.
360-second limit. Choose the correct answer as your final action. You can actually exceed the 360-second time limit. Okay. Even if it seems like you don't have a lot of time left, don't give up. You might be able to do it. Okay. Computer's sleep talking. More than 1 second. What is it with sleep talking? What? This has been 2 different... There was one for boss first. I think they're all hints. More than 1 second. When you clear, you get a prize? No boss, anything but that.
It's Mizuki.
Oh no, he has dreams of saying no boss and nothing, anything but that. I mean, she does seem like kind of a hard ass. This poor man. Unless the prize is supposed to be sexual and he's gay, so no. Which is sad that, you know, like, not that he's gay. I think it's awesome that there's a gay character, but like, if the prize was supposed to be a sexual prize from her, I would want to be in Pewter's position. Anyway, of course my brain went there. Anyway, speak kindly, encourage, break the glass, give present. I think encouraging specifically is what she needed, because she got the opposite of encouragement from her mother. That's not gonna try?
But why?
It's motivational. A lot of companies do it.
I suppose I will give it a try. Hey! Stop moping around! Stand up and get out here!
Okay. And this is not the kind of encouragement that I thought.
Guess
No.
it didn't work.
I don't think it works for those companies.
Yeah, probably not.
It's Mizuki.
I said 1 minute. Hurry.
Yeah, I guess she just needs kind... See, this is not... That's a literal, like, negative reinforcement. That's not encouragement. There we go.
Mizuki,
This
can you hear
probably
me?
is-
We will protect you, Mizuki.
Ah, cute.
We will always be there for you.
And see, yeah, this is what she needed to hear from her mom.
It's all right now.
So, that's why it's... Yeah. I could tell when the cutscene started this was the answer, right? Yeah. 'Cause
Hey,
it's disappearing.
do you think we can use that speaker?
Oh, yeah, in order to,
Maybe she needs to hear her mother's voice.
yeah. Oh. And she has a voice changer, so she can do that. Big hugs, man. It'd be cool if we could subconsciously do this to ourselves this easily, but we can basically parent ourselves better
Mom loves you, Mizuki.
by just, you know...
Love you.
Ah, cute. By doing this essentially for yourself, but it's not this easy, unfortunately.
So
Aww,
glad.
that's cute. Man, yeah, of course. Jeez. Yeah, I just realized the implications of
hear
this.
something?
Like, her mother died and she never got,
Is that
you know, what she
a
needed
phone
from
ringing?
her. And she's a fucking 12.
Where's it coming from?
I'm fucking tearing up, dude.
Date, don't! You can't stay any longer!
I did it. Yeah. Did I get the prize? Because there's more than 1 second left, or is that not what I... Yeah, I cleared the Somnium. Yeah. Apparently it's Saturday as well. I'm not sure if I realized that this whole time. I haven't really been reading those loading screens. God, these are really cool visuals. Holy shit. Very trippy. But again, very dream-esque, makes sense for transitioning in and out of a dream world. But god, those look cool. There's a lot of great visuals here. I always liked how the interfaces looked, especially in VLR and ZTD, but like, the graphical...
Are you okay?
Just taste in this game is just way better, especially the models. In general, overall, everything, and the UI. Oh no, she still can't talk.
Mizuki.
She hasn't been healed. She's still traumatized.
Did I do it wrong? I don't think so.
Iba, call Iris's phone. It's urgent.
Why the rush?
Please, just call.
Oh, Iris. Wait, was she afraid that Iris was gonna be dead? Is that...
Hello?
This is Kaname Tate from the MPD. I met you earlier today.
Oh, Date. Is something wrong?
Where are you right now?
I'm at home.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Lock the door and stay at home.
Can you tell me why?
Who cares why? This is a direct order from the police.
You mean a personal order?
Okay, but if I do, will you play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow?
No.
Then go on a date with me.
No. I'm not doing this again. You could be his daughter, so I'm not gonna ship you. I wasn't going to anyway, because, well... Anyway.
A date?
If you promise me we'll go on a date, I'll stay home and not say a peep.
Why? Is she actually into him that way? That's fucking weird. I don't think... I have a feeling that... I don't know, man.
If you don't promise me, then I'll wander around the city dragging a heavy suitcase.
Oh my god.
Alright. Understood.
Understood?
Great! Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Fine. Just don't go outside, okay? If anything happens, call me immediately. My number is...
I have it in my history.
What was that? A phone call?
It's nothing.
Is that so he can reassure her that Iris will be safe? Because he saw Iris fucked up in her dream? What does that mean, by the way? Because she's fine. We just confirmed that. Yeah.
Mizuki, I saw something strange in your dream. Iris, she was frozen. She was dead.
I just saw that her eye was... again.
What was that? Tell me, Mizuki, please.
She's not gonna be able to.
Date, there is no point attempting to speak with her. Mizuki's aphonia has not healed.
Hey, Mizuki, tell me something.
You seem to have
world,
to.
I heard a phone ring. Did you hear that somewhere, or did you just imagine it?
Date, there's no point talking to her. You couldn't heal her. Her symptoms haven't improved. She'll be sent back to the hospital. Maybe the doctors can help her. No need to report specifics. We saw it all from here in the control room. What the sinker sees in Somnium is projected here,
neat.
remember? We've got it all recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented it.
So we know about everything you saw. The phone, the frozen corpse.
Yeah, do you believe in prophetic dreams? Because she also thought she was gonna die, so that's...
Where is this coming from?
What we just talked about, lady, come on. I love you,
Oh,
but
I see.
use your brain.
This is about the body you saw in Mizuki's
Yeah.
Somnium. Her name is Iris Sagan, the girl you went to Bloom Park with today.
How do you know that?
Iba told me.
It is one of my duties to deliver regular investigation reports.
Boss, I heard a ringtone in Mizuki's Somnium.
I know. But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's real or something Mizuki invented, but if Mizuki really did hear that ringtone...
Then there must have been a phone somewhere on site.
Did CSI report anything like that?
No, nothing. They searched the site, but didn't find a single thing. Prophecies, huh? That's why you called Iris. But, Date, come on.
I know, a dream is just a dream. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with reality, but still, I just have this gut feeling.
Date, are you alright? Perhaps the sink is causing negative side effects.
I hope that's all it is.
Yeah, no, there's too much foreshadowing. She gonna die. Unfortunately. Or she's probably gonna be savable, but... because this is an Uchikoshi game, but, how though?
It didn't go well. But it's not all bad. The sink wasn't a total waste of time. We found clues.
Clues. Right.
Same. Big huggle.
I know about the ringtone you heard.
But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Did Mizuki actually hear that? Or was it just a dream? Or her imagination?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Can you analyze the sound or something?
Unfortunately not. In a normal dream, the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it. Dreams are first-person experiences. However, the circumstances are slightly different during a sink. The sinker dives into the subject's mind and experiences their subconscious thoughts. But this dream is experienced as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor. The sinker is merely the audience.
Except they can directly interact with it, so not really, but basically.
Ah, the corpse you saw in Somnium.
Very cool concept, like I keep saying. It's really interesting.
You're wondering if that was some kind of vision.
But again,
of the future.
Uchikoshi's maybe the best at that with it than anything else with his writing. I love the way that he explores these concepts.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see.
I also, I'm loving the UI a lot. That is not fun to look at,
As
though.
a man of science, I don't believe in such things.
It's like her back was stabbed a lot, which is...
Prophecies and the like. However, if it was a prophecy, I would suggest the girl wears some kind of metal plate.
Huh?
You saw her. She was stabbed countless times in the back.
Yep.
She could have used some stab-proof armor or something. Just indulging in the fantasy of real-life prophecies.
Yeah, no, there's no way that she's not going to be in danger soon. There's too much that points to it, thematically.
Don't mind me.
She literally, seems to have also prophesized it. It's really interesting that Mizuki seems to have as well? I wonder what the hell that means. Either that, or Iris also told her that she thought she was going to die soon, and that's why that was in there. But if that's actually how she dies, if we see her die, then that's uncanny, and I'm pretty sure that it is. But I'm pretty sure that she's savable, it's just I don't know how right now.
Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
True.
You see?
Yeah, no, there's no... Prophecies will come back and they'll essentially keep coming true. That just makes too much sense for this story already.
I think I'll go to Bloom Park again.
Looking for the phone?
It might be there, it might not. I just want to be sure. Take care of Mizuki, okay?
Yeah. Leave it to me.
Okay. I thought summarize for me was here's what we learned in the Somnium, but no, it was... maybe it was summarize the report that I might have to... I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to mean, but I guess we're going here then. But I'm gonna leave it once I feel like there's a decent stopping point, even if it's kind of awkward here. Actually, wait, I might be... If I could just save in the car, I might just do that. I'm loving these car sections.
Now the news. Yesterday
Again,
night,
they're
the
kind
body
of...
of Shoko Nadami was found. Her body was recovered from the now-defunct Bloom Park in the Kawasaki district. Autopsy reports revealed that her time of death was roughly 5 p.m. last afternoon. Police have determined that the victim was killed elsewhere and then brought to Bloom Park to be put on display. The MPD has expanded the scope of their investigation and are encouraging anyone with any information to come forward. In other news, At 6:10 p.m. today, on the outer circle of the capital city highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck. As a result of the pileup, 1 man was sent to the hospital unconscious in critical condition. 6 other individuals were treated for minor injury. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence. The investigation is ongoing.
Important, isn't it? I'm not quite sure if we might know who the accident might relate to or not. Maybe that was supposed to just be immersive. That might not have to do with anything, but maybe. Okay, there's no talking to Aiba, there was just that. Okay, I'll leave it here, friends. I can't. I'm loving how often I can save, I'll tell you that. Anyway, friends, like, comment, sub if you'd like to. I'm loving this. This is really interesting. Still just very intrigued about any mysteries that might end up being solved anytime soon at all. Very me. Anyway, friends, like, comment, sub if you'd like to. That'd be very, very, very helpful. Keep loving yourselves, loving what you do, best you can, and things will work out, friends. That's what's been happening in my life. There's always ups and downs, but just latch onto the things you love, and try to love yourself as best as you can. Include yourself in the things you love as best you can. And then other things will start just falling into place. You'll be able to love other people better. You'll be able to withstand emotional turmoil easier. You'll be able, you know, there's just... It's a lifelong process, but one that keeps giving. It is very, extremely worth it. Far more than the alternative that it seems like most people end up naturally opting for a little bit more often, which is sad, but thankfully we can spread the word and hope other people will realize that they can be better no matter where the hell they're at, and I guarantee you that's true, because I've experienced it myself. Anyway, that's my little, motivational thing for today, because I want to do more than just entertain with this stuff. Anyway, friends, see you next time, and I hope you have lovely ones until then. Bye!